to China now, where the top brass of the ruling Communist Party wrapped up a 4-day meeting in Beijing to discuss the country's future direction, where it mapped out its next 5-year plan from 2026 onwards. The party elite vowed on Thursday to build a modern industrial system and make more efforts to achieve technological self-reliance, which it sees as key to bolstering its position in the intensifying rivalry with the United States. There were personnel changes too. 9 top generals were fired. And to break that all down for us is our resident China watcher, Clifford Coonan. Clifford, let's start with this massive purge of China's military that happened right before this plenum, as it's called. How will that affect the power dynamics in the country?
I think this is a good old-fashioned purge in the great communist tradition. You know, the things we used to see this under Stalin. We've seen it in communist leaderships all through history. And it's very much in that mode as far as people can work it out. 9 is a lot. It includes the second most powerful general of the People's Liberation Army, He Weidong. And people are a bit puzzled as to what it means, because in some ways, some of these were very close allies of his. And of Xi Jinping, the president. And so they're wondering what that means. Is it going to isolate him? You know, is he worried about? We're 2 years away from a party congress at which he will take on an unprecedented 4th term. And people are already beginning to wonder who his successor is going to be. So they're wondering, is he trying to get rid of rivals, or is he trying to clean house? People are going to have to see over the next few months how that shakes out.
Now, let's have a look at the roadmap itself. The party leaders outlined their priorities for the next 5 years. There is a communique. What does it say?
Well, the communique is full of this language that we're used to, again, from the Communist Party in China, and we also had it in Moscow when they would issue their communiques. It's full of unswerving dedication to various targets. The centre point of it is the 5-year plan, and this is something that is basically it's an outline of where they see the economy developing. One of the targets they say is that they want to achieve a moderately prosperous society in 10 years' time, which means growing at 10% a year, and that's something which the economy clearly isn't doing. So it's more about setting out targets and creating a tone. I mean, ultimately, this is a political organisation, not an economic meeting.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Taiwan recently. Any hints on any policy changes over Taiwan?
Yeah, it actually mentions, it does mention Taiwan in the report, and it talks about promoting the peaceful development of cross-strait relations, but also advancing the great cause of national reunification, which is, again, this whole thing about taking Taiwan, if necessary, by force. So there's a message in there that over the coming 5 years, that Taiwan is going to remain very high in the priority. And that's obviously going to be unsettling for the region, given that at such a time of global instability, this is one of the chief sources of that instability.
Now, overall, if we look at this communique, is it an indicator of where China is heading? Can we find anything in there that gives us proper information about the direction the country is taking?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he mentioned, there's a couple of mentions of storms, raging storms, and which are these external factors, which is the US. So clearly it's going to be, that's going to be the big priority going forward. And I think the defining competition is going to be between US and China in the coming years. And it shows that China is sort of gearing up to take on that competition.
Thank you very much. Our China expert, Clifford Coonan, there.